Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into how one single decision can totally change a person's life. We'll be looking at excerpts from a personal account called How One Decision Changed My Life Forever. It's about this person, Alex, and how they go from feeling kind of stuck in a rut to finding purpose and even having some adventures.
Oh, yeah, these personal stories are always so fascinating. Like, it reminds us that we actually have the power to change our lives.
Hey.
We're not just along for the ride.
Totally. So before the big change happens, Alex's life is super routine, like wake up, work, come home, maybe watch some TV, sleep, and just do it all over again.
Stable, for sure. But
Yeah.
the account makes it seem like Alex wants something more, like there's a spark missing.
Right. Like they're just going through the motions. It's like that saying, if you're not growing, you're dying.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Alex is scrolling through social media, probably on their lunch break or something, and they see this post about a volunteer program in some far-off village. Doesn't exactly scream life-changing experience, does it?
It's funny how these random things can just pop up, like it's a little nudge from the universe or something.
Definitely. So, reading this post, Alex is totally conflicted. Like, on the one hand, it would be amazing to break free from their routine, see a new place, and maybe even help people.
Right.
But it would also mean getting way out of their comfort zone.
That's a big one for a lot of people.
It is. And get this, Alex actually kind of hoped they wouldn't get accepted into the program.
Oh, wow.
You know, they wanted it, but they're also scared.
That makes sense. It's like that internal battle we all have. Part of you wants to grow and do new things, but another part just wants to stay safe and comfortable.
For sure. So, after weeks of thinking it over, Alex finally makes a decision. They take a leap of faith and hit that apply button.
Driven by curiosity and a little bit of what if.
Exactly.
And that's where the real change begins,
Yeah.
when you actually make that commitment
It's like stepping onto a path without knowing where it leads.
and trusting that it'll be worth it.
I love that.
Me too. Can you imagine being in Alex's shoes?
Yeah.
Like boarding that plane, knowing you're leaving everything behind. That takes some serious courage.
Oh, totally. Like a mix of excitement and nerves.
Yeah.
Especially because life in this village is so different from what Alex is used to. It's like another world, right?
Yeah, the whole rhythm of life is different. Their customs, their values, how they interact with each other.
Yeah. And Alex is really immersed in it all. Not just visiting for a week or two, but actually living there and working with the villagers.
That's when you really start to understand a different culture, don't you think?
Definitely.
And the account mentions how resilient the villagers are. They have such a strong sense of community, and they appreciate the simple things in life.
Yeah.
Like Alex is relearning what's important.
Makes you think about our own comfort zones. We might be comfortable, but does that make us a little soft?
Maybe, yeah.
Alex is thrown into this environment where you have to be tough,
Yeah.
work is hard, they're building schools, teaching English, and it's all under a hot sun.
Wow, that's intense.
Right.
But the crazy thing is, Alex feels more alive than ever. They have a sense of purpose.
Because they're making a real difference.
Exactly.
And that brings us to Alex's big aha moment. I was expecting something dramatic, but it was actually really simple. So picture this. Alex is sitting outside at night, looking up at a sky full of stars, and they realize that feeling of being stuck.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't the circumstances, it was them.
Whoa.
They had put themselves in that box.
That's powerful,
It is. And it makes me think, what about us? What comfort zones are we trapped in without even realizing it?
That's a great question.
Like, what are we missing out on because we're too scared to try something new?
Sometimes we tell ourselves all these stories about why we can't do things. I'm not good enough, or it's too risky.
Right, but Alex's story shows us that those are often just excuses.
Yeah, exactly.
So after 3 months, Alex comes back home, and they're a totally different person.
Not just from the souvenirs and the tan.
Right, they have this new confidence, a sense of purpose that you can just feel.
Like they tapped into something deep inside.
And it affects everything they do.
That's what's so amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about you. It ripples out and touches everyone around you.
The account actually gives some examples. Alex starts learning a new language, they take on more responsibility at work, even start volunteering locally, things the old Alex would never have done.
It's like a snowball effect. Once you step outside your comfort zone, it opens up all these new possibilities.
And those changes change how you see everything else.
Totally.
It's like that saying, a ship in harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. Alex took a risk and discovered what they were truly capable of.
And that's an important lesson for all of us. We all have that potential.
Absolutely.
We just have to be willing to embrace the discomfort.
And trust that something amazing is waiting for us on the other side of our fears. Like, Alex unlocked this hidden potential they didn't even know they had.
And the best part is, it's not just Alex, We all have that power,
To choose courage over comfort.
right, to push past our limits and change our lives.
It makes you wonder, what small decision could we make today that could have a huge impact on our lives?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, what comfort zones are we clinging to?
I've noticed that the decisions that scare us the most are often the ones that help us grow the most.
Hmm, interesting.
It's like we have this inner voice that knows what's best for us,
Hmm.
even if we're scared to listen to it.
So we just have to be brave enough to follow that gut feeling.
Exactly. It's not about not being scared. It's about being scared and doing it anyway.
Because the rewards are worth it.
Exactly.
So for everyone listening, what's that one thing you've been putting off? That one leap of faith you haven't taken yet?
Maybe it's starting that project you've always dreamed of.
Or having that tough conversation you've been avoiding?
Or maybe it's just saying no to something that's dragging you down.
So you can say yes to something better.
Right.
Because even small decisions can have a ripple effect.
Totally. It's like throwing a pebble into a pond. The ripples just keep spreading.
Affecting not just us, but the people around us.
Like when Alex came back home and inspired others to step outside their comfort zones.
Exactly.
It's amazing how one person's courage can inspire so many others.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into Alex's incredible journey.
It's been a great reminder that we all have the power to change our lives,
By embracing discomfort and taking those leaps of faith,
even when it's scary.
thank you all for joining us. We hope this story has inspired you to think about your own pebbles.
Those little decisions that can lead to big changes.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing yourselves. You never know what amazing things you might discover.
See you next time.